Hello! Today I'm going to make the cold apple cider, which is this here. The description is a refreshing sweet cider made of fresh apples. You might remember this from last year. I've made an apple cider, but it was the hot apple cider. And I prefer this cold. I'm pretty sure I prefer this cold. So this year I'm going to make the cold apple cider. For that I've got the ingredients: some apples, a mixture of some tart apples like Granny Smith. Then I've got orange. I'm gonna peel this. Just some spices, some cloves, cinnamon. I'm gonna add a bit of ginger, some nutmeg, and then I'm going to sweeten this with some yellow sugar. I'm also going to add some allspice. Not a lot, just a bit. I'm going to start by putting all these guys, except the sugar, in a pot, and I'm going to simmer it for about 2 hours or until the apples are soft enough. Now I'm going to top it off with water, which is the base of the cider. By the way, this recipe is different from the one I used last year. I like to try new stuff. Okay, the apples are already floating. I'm gonna leave it like this. That's okay. This is going to the cook for about 2 hours and a half maybe in total. Then I'm going to mash it, then simmer it for a few more minutes, and then I'm going to wait this to cool so I can sweeten it tomorrow, because it's midnight and a half. Yeah, so I'm making this today, so tomorrow this will be pretty much cold. So yeah, that's it. Let's put this onto the stove or the cook. The cider is starting to simmer, so what I'm going to do is lower the heat to minimum, and now I'm going to cover this and leave it for the 2 hours I mentioned before. Here we go. See you in 2 hours. So my cider has been simmering for about 1 hour and a half. The apples are pretty much a mush now, but I am going to mush them even more using my potato musher. After this, I'm going to let it simmer for some more minutes, not exactly sure how many, but a few more minutes. I think I'm also going to add some sugar to sweeten this while it's hot, and tomorrow I'll see if it needs more. I'm gonna add some sugar now. By the way, I'm gonna turn it off. I'm also going to fish out the cinnamon. And now I'm going to let it cool until tomorrow. So it has been more than 12 hours since I've mushed this and took it out of the fire, out of the stove. Now I'm going to strain it. Let me just taste it, because I added some sugar yesterday. I think that's fine for me. So I'm going to strain this and I'll show you what it looks like after that. It's gonna take a while. So this is what I have ended up with. I ended up with 2 bottles of cider. This was filled up to the top, but I had my mother over for lunch and I gave her a bit to try. I also have this mug and I thought, okay, since I'm gonna serve it here, let me put it already in it. So that was the total of it. I strained this one I strained 4 times, this one I strained only 3 times. Let me decorate this. Yesterday I had to take a bit of apple out of the pot because I forgot this had a piece of apple as garnishment, so I'm just gonna cut it right here. And I'm not going to add any more sugar, ice to this because this is already very cold. And now a side-by-side comparison. Cold apple cider, which is this girl here. And now let's have a taste test. Yes, this is way better cold than hot for me. Although I understand why people like it hot, because it has all those warm flavors from the cinnamon, the cloves, the ginger, the nutmeg, the allspice. Apples are, although they exist all year long, they are an autumn and winter fruit, just like oranges, so can't go wrong with this cider. You know, I feel tempted to taste this with some alcohol in it. I'm gonna add some vodka in it. Wait a second. How much should I add? This. Oh, I think this goes well. Actually, way well with vodka. Uh-oh. I discovered the thing. Yeah, because I don't really fancy store-bought ciders. Yeah, I think I found the thing. Nah, but this is really good. With or without the alcohol. I think the alcohol adds something to it. And I mean this in terms of flavor. It really does add something. But without the alcohol, it's just as good. So the alcohol kicks it up a notch, but it's also good without the alcohol. So I'm gonna rate this drink with 5 stars. Although this is spooky food. Oh no, wait, cider is not a spooky food. This is your everyday food. Yeah, this is not a spooky food, but you know, since it's in season, I decided to make it anyway. You gotta have a drink to go with all the food I've been making. So yeah, 5 stars for the cold apple cider. Bye.